Okay, so I think we are recording now. So let me pull up an image of Pearl Chem for you so you can just, for those of you who aren't in the 5th Congressional District area, so you know who I am talking about. Okay, so this here is Pearl Chem. She's a Republican running for Congress in the 5th Congressional District, supposedly to advance President Trump's agenda. Okay? And this is Mary Gay Scanlon. This is Mary Gay Scanlon. Okay? She is the Democrat running for Congress in the 5th Congressional District for the general election. Okay. All right. So let's close that out. All right. So right now, what you're looking at is the FEC filings for Pearl Chem for Congress. All right. So let's look at every one of these filings. So I'm looking at this first one from Young S. Choi. He apparently lives in Sea Isle City, New Jersey. He's a receptionist. He belongs to, or his employer is Dr. John Choi, MD. I don't know necessarily what, clearly this person is wealthy, $2,700. Okay, I don't know necessarily why they donated $2,700. Obviously, that's the max that can come in from one individual, but that's what they donated. So let's, I can't close this. Let's close that. Let's actually see if we can export this data and see it in a more friendly way. Looks like it's opening it in pages or numbers. All right, this is much better. All right, hold on. Let's stop the share for a minute. And let's start the share. Okay. All right, so you're looking at numbers, and this is donations to Pearl Chem's congressional campaign. A lot of this is not important. This over here is the contributor location. Okay, so here we are getting to the actual seemingly important part. So these first two items are loans from the candidate. So from Pearl Chem herself. And I don't know if I can minimize this section. I don't think I can. Okay, so, all right, you have retired people donating these next two here, $2,700 a piece. I don't know, they're retired. To me, that's a little, but all right. You have a professor donating some $2,700. You have a dentist donating $2,700. You have a professor, again, then donating $2,700. You have a architect donating $2,700. You have a dentist donating $2,700. You have an architect again donating $2,700. Well, let's actually investigate those four things a little deeper. So the architect looks like donated twice. That's sketchy. The dentist, supposedly the same one, donated twice. Okay. Very strange to me. But that's just overall very strange to me. So let's go on to these next, looks like 5 here. It looks like these are more loans received from the candidate herself. So she loaned or put money into her campaign again. All right. Those are fine. It's her money to give to herself. So let's see. We have retired person giving $250 to her campaign. All right. You have a physician giving $2,700 to her campaign. You have another physician giving $1,000 to her campaign. You have something not exactly explained here for $250. You have an owner of forensic scientific services. I guess the director of that company giving $250. You have, and that last, you have a receptionist at Dr. Jong Choi, MD, giving $2,700. All right. Those are her filings. Take that for what it is. They're all, from what I can tell, donations from individuals who are honest and work within different companies and different sex. Not necessarily bought sex either. I have reached out to her campaign. I am waiting to hear back from them because I am looking for more in-depth information about why so many physicians have donated her to her campaign and what her stance on, say, Medicare for all or healthcare is in general. If you all have information that I don't have from a valid source, I will gladly hear it and gladly listen to it. Okay, so that is hers. Let's get out of numbers and stop the share for a moment, and let's go to Mary Gaze and let's export hers. Just give me 1 minute. All right. Okay, so let's go back to sharing the screen. Number schedule, okay. So this is Scanlon for Congress. This is her FEC contribution staff as found on the FEC website. Okay, so it looks like this first one here is Mary Gay herself. And she donated $30,000 to jumpstart her campaign. Okay. And where? So let's start here with this section here. So you have Ballard Spahr, someone from Ballard Spahr who works in litigation, giving actually these next three are litigations. Let's do those together. So these next three people who donated to her campaign are from litigation and donated, it looks like the same amount to her campaign. $2,700 each, but when you have that, okay, it's the same. So $2,700 to her campaign. Great, I guess. Then you have an IT manager at Cigna, a healthcare company that provides healthcare to people, giving her a contribution of $2,000. Okay? I don't like that, but maybe that person's a real person. I mean, maybe they don't have a initiative or a reason for donating to her campaign other than they believe in her message. So you have litigation and litigation. And that is also from Ballard Spahr. And those two contributions, I'm trying to not move the mouse down and keep moving the mouse down. And those two contributions are about $2,700 each, or $2,700 each. Then you have someone from real estate, from a real estate company who works in real estate and also works at Ballard Spahr. So that's a little confusing. Maybe there's a real estate law that I'm not aware of because Ballard Spahr is a law company. I really keep moving it down. And that's of $2,700. That's something that I don't like. Only because I live very close to a gorgeous farm that in the past has been thought about. People have said they're going to purchase the farm and turn it into real estate, get rid of all the lovely farmland, all the cows, all the horses that roam there, and just they're not going to be there. So I don't like that donation. So there's another person from litigation that works at Ballard Spahr. And that donation is of $1,000. Then you have one donation from BDP International Incorporation. Now, I don't know that corporation, but this person is a corporate compliance manager. Whatever that means, I don't know. I'm just being honest with you about what I don't know. I would have to look into that. So, that donation is of $2,700. Now, depending on what that company does or what that person does and their personal connections, I would have to figure out how I feel about that donation. But to me, it doesn't sound great. So these next two donations are people from Ballard Spahr. One is an attorney, one is a director of practice management. I'm guessing pro bono. Okay, so these two contributions one is $2,700, the other is $250. Okay. Then you have New York State Mental Hygiene Legal Service Associate Attorney. That, oh man, that donation is of $1,000. Then you have UP2US Sports, which is apparently a nonprofit, and that contribution is of $1,025. These next few donations are from Ballard Spahr, the law firm, as a reminder that Mary Gay and her husband both work at. All right. So you have a senior counsel, a business and finance executive, and a partner who donated $2,700, and then $300. Or wait, did I do that right? Oh wait, I can. Oh my god, it's so much easier. Okay. I didn't realize I could actually go across like this in a CV or CSV file. Okay, so yeah, it's $300, $2,700, $2,700. And as you can see, let's go to the next. So you have a University of Delaware professor who donated $300. You have a business and finance executive at Ballard Spahr who donated $1,000. You have a retired Ballard Spahr employee that also donated $1,000. You have another business and finance executive that donated $500. Holy shit, this is long. All right. So, it's as long as crap. I am not going to be going through each and every donation. I'm going to be quickly now just kind of going through the things that don't seem right. Because as you can see by looking at this bar, it's very long. Okay, like very long. And would take me a very long time to get through. But I will go through the whole thing. Even though I really don't want to. I actually have a lot of work I need to do. But let's keep going. As a reminder, we're here. So this might be done in a couple of different videos at different times. Okay. You have another Ballard Spahr executive from Public Finance who donated $1,000. Ballard Spahr real estate attorney, I guess, donated $2,700. An attorney at Ballard Spahr. Why is this a lane? Okay. Definitely just lost my spot. Trying to find where I was at. I think I may have lost it. Hold on. Okay. So then you have Coleman's Insights Music Forecasting Media Consultant of $25. You have a pediatric nurse practitioner of $500. You have a litigation person from Ballard Spar again for $250. You have a lawyer, I guess, who is self-employed of $250. You have Eisenhamper, a CPA partner at that firm, that law firm. Donate $500. Then you have Scheller Center for Social Justice, something. You have a program coordinator for $250. You have an attorney from Ballard Spar who donated $250. You have someone that's retired that donated $500. You have a lawyer from Ballard Spar who donated $250. You have an attorney from the Delaware Department of Justice who donated $250. You have an attorney again from Ballard Spar that donated $500. You have a retired individual again that donated $1,000. You have someone from Commonwealth Financial Network that works in marketing who donated $2,700. I don't like that donation. You have donation from the United States Environmental Protection Agency, who, may I remind you, right now is run by Scott Pruitt. Just putting that out as a fact. Okay? So that person is an environmental protection specialist. They donated $100. Okay. You have an attorney from Ballard Spar donating $1,000. You have a business analyst from McKinsey and Company donating $2,700. You have a portfolio manager from Computation Consultants donating $1,000. You have a litigation lawyer from Ballard Spar donating $250. You have someone that's not employed that donated $250. You have a dentist from what company? From Implant Dentistry of Harlem, who donated $250. Someone that's not employed, who donated $250. You have Support Center for Child Advocates lawyer who donated $250. I'm going to scroll down here. You have an attorney from Ballard Spahr that donated $500. I don't know. Let me see if I can actually delete some of these columns that shouldn't have been created. So that way I'm not scrolling, and it's a little easier. Sometimes CSV files do this. I only know because I actually export. Oh shit. Oh, it wasn't really that important. I export CSV files at one of my jobs. So kind of know the shindig about this. Okay, looks like we actually can. So, to move further now, you have an attorney from Ballard Spahr whose contribution is $500. A manager at Sage Life, which I don't know what that company is, that donated $150. A client service counsel at Ballard Spahr that donated $500. A manager at Jade Industries Incorporation that donated $250. A professor at the University of Delaware that donated $200. An attorney at Ballard Spahr that donated $300. A law school administrator at Rutgers University that donated $250. An attorney at Ballard Spahr that donated $250. A lawyer at Ballard Spahr that donated $250. A real estate executive at Ballard Spahr that donated $500. A retired Ballard Spahr partner that donated $2,000. A real estate executive that donated $2,700 at Ballard Spahr. A litigation lawyer that donated $750 at Ballard Spahr. A business and finance executive at Ballard Spahr that donated $500. An attorney at Ballard Spahr that donated $1,250. A litigation lawyer that donated $1,000 at Ballard Spahr. An attorney at O'Melveny and Myers LLP that donated $250. A litigation lawyer that donated, or a litigation lawyer from Ballard Spahr that donated $250. A lawyer or two lawyers at Ballard Spahr, one that donated $500, another that donated $250. And then you have an attorney that donated $1,000 at from Ballard Spahr to her campaign. I'm getting very tired of talking about this, but I think it's important. You have an attorney that then donated $250 to her campaign. You have a subject matter expert from AEM Corp that donated $100. You have an attorney that works at Ballard Spahr that donated $250. You have management at SS Inc. who donated $250. You have a lawyer from Sutherland, Aspel, and Brennan LLP that donated $250. You have $500 coming from an attorney at Ballard Spahr. You have $1,000 coming from Gay Chacker Mitchen, PC, who is a lawyer there. You have a litigation lawyer who donated $1,000 from Ballard Spahr. You have vice president and general counsel of the Phillies, who donated $1,000. That might be the Phillies baseball team. I'm not sure. Can't think of any other Phillies. You have an attorney who donated $250. You have a lawyer who donated $500 from Ballard's Bar. These are all these three here are all Ballard's Bar. So this one. You have someone who's unassigned at Ballard's Bar, which I don't know if it's because they didn't put it in when they donated or whatever, but that's of $1,000. So then you have an attorney at Scanlon Arps et al. Let me just scroll up so we can kind of go down a little bit. And that person donated $500. You have someone that's not employed that donated $250. You have a consultant at McKinsey who donated $250. An attorney at Ballard's Bar that donated $250. An attorney at Reed Smith LLP that donated $500. You have an attorney at Ballard's Bar that donated $1,000. You have a lawyer at Ballard's Bar that donated $300. You have another lawyer who donated $250. You have a business and finance executive at Ballard's Bar that donated $750. You have executive director pro bono program who donated $20,000. Let's just sit on that for a second while I drink some tea. Oh, well, that's a lot of money, right? Okay. You have an attorney at Weber Gallagher Simpson Stapleton who donated $250. You have an associate general counsel who is retired and worked at Exelon Business Services Company who donated $500. You have someone that works at the front desk of Haverford Township Recreation Department who donated $500. You have a litigation lawyer who works at Ballard's Bar that donated $750. You have someone not employed who donated $350. You have another attorney at Ballard's Bar that donated $300. You have a business and finance executive at Ballard's Bar that donated $1,700. You have an attorney, actually several of these. You have an attorney and a litigation lawyer from Ballard's Bar that each donated $250. Then you have an attorney that works at Blank Rome that donated $500. You have two litigation lawyers and one from Ballard's Bar, and one donated $750, the other donated $500. You have someone not employed who donated $1,000. You have two attorneys that work at Ballard's Bar. One donated $1,000. The other donated $500. You have an attorney from Dwayne Morris who donated $250. Oh wait, I'm screwing shit up. You have two attorneys that worked at Ballard's Bar. That one donated, just clarifying, one donated $500. The other donated $250. Then at Dwayne Morris, they donated $250. Then another litigation lawyer at Ballard's Bar donated $500. Scroll up. Okay. You have an attorney at Smith, Kane, Holman who donated $500. You have an engineer or educator at the University of Pennsylvania who donated $500. You have someone that is not employed that donated $750. You have someone that works at Cheaters, Harvey, Marone, and Kyer and donated $2,700. I don't know much about that company, but I will have to look into it because that is the max an individual can make. All right, so Ballard, so you have an attorney from Ballard Spar who donated $1,000. You have an attorney from Kaufman Corin who donated $500. You have a litigation lawyer that works at Ballard Spar who donated $500. You have a lawyer from Ballard Spar that donated $250. You have a political consultant who works for himself. I'm going to take a guess who that might be, but I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm just going to keep it in my mind. He donated $250. You have a financial representative from Northwestern Mutual who donated $1,000. You have a partner that works at Duane Morris who donated $250. You have a director of the pro bono program from Rutgers University of Camden who donated $250. Someone who's not listed who donated $750. You have the owner at Bob O'Malley Associates who donated $250. You have an adjunct professor from Rutgers University at Camden who donated $250. You have a pediatric nurse practitioner from South Philadelphia Pediatrics who donated $750. You have a lawyer from Ballard Spar that donated $50. You have a real estate lawyer from Ballard Spar who donated $500. An attorney from Ballard Spar, $250. Another attorney, the same amount. An attorney from the law offices of Creed Black who donated $500. I really have to get some water, you guys. I'm dying. Hold on. Okay. All right. A lot of talking. Okay. Then you have the managing director at Grant Thornton who donated $1,000. You have an attorney from Ballard Spar who donated $1,000. You have another attorney from Ballard Spar who donated $250. A lawyer from Ballard Spar who donated $250. And then two attorneys from Ballard Spar who each donated $250. A partner from Ballard Spar. Let me scroll down. Who donated donated $500. A real estate lawyer who donated $500 from Ballard Spar. A lawyer from Ballard Spar who donated $250. A lawyer from Fried Frank who donated $250. That's a funny name. You have a law school from the University of Pennsylvania, a law professor from the University of Pennsylvania Law School who donated $500. You have a business and finance lawyer or executive from Ballard Spar who donated $2,700. Just think about that for a moment. I'm going to talk more about these $2,700 donations and that $20,000 donation. But let's get through this here. So then you have an attorney from Ballard Spar who donated $500. You have another attorney from the Education Law Center who donated $500. You have an attorney from Ballard Spar that donated $1,000. You have a project manager from Swarthmore College that donated $250. You have an executive executive person or executive employee from Ballard Spar who donated $250. You have a public finance employee from Ballard Spar who donated $400. An attorney from Clayman and Rosenberg who donated $250. A co-managing shareholder from Feldman Shepherd who donated $250. You have an attorney from Ballard Spar LLP who donated $500. You have a real estate investment employee from Lubert Adler Partners who donated $2,700. You have someone who's not employed who donated $500. You have an attorney from Ballard Spar LLP who donated $2,700. You have a senior counselor who works at Public Resources Advisory Group who donated $2,500 or $250. I'm getting blind-eyed here. You have an attorney who works at Ballard Spar who donated $500. You have another attorney who donated at Ballard Spar who donated $500. You have someone who works in philanthropic manner at the Lodestar Foundation and donated $500. I'm going to scroll down. You have an attorney who works at Cozen O'Connor who donated $500. You have blank who donated $250. You have a senior counsel at Ballard Spar who donated $500. You have a higher ed administration who works at University of Pennsylvania Law School who donated $500. You have a partner who works at Morgan Lewis and donated $500. You have a lawyer who works at GSK who donated $250. You have sales at Braddock Financial LLC who donated $250. You have an attorney who works at Ballard Spar that donated $250. You have a physician who works at Drexel University who donated $250. You have an attorney that works at Grant and Eisenhofer and donated $1,000. You have an attorney at Greenberg Traurig LLP who donated $500. You have an attorney that works at Ballard Spar who donated $1,000. You have a lawyer who works at Deckard LLP who donated $250. Water break. All right. You have a producer that works at Barbara Whitman Productions who donated $1,000. You have someone who's not employed that donated $250. You have an occupational therapist who donated from the Philadelphia Hand to Shoulder Center that donated $350. Or wait, no. Yeah. You have someone that's not employed that donated $2,700. Now, how can someone who's not employed donated that? I guess they maybe saved up or they're retired, but they're not employed. Usually people who list themselves as not employed can't afford that. But all right. You have an attorney at Schultz, Roth, and Zabel who donated $500. You have a lawyer at Strock who donated $500. You have someone who's self-employed by Bruce E. Madden Incorporation who donated $250. You have an environmental protection specialist at the United States Environmental Protection Agency who donated $25. You have an attorney from Kirkland and Ellis LLP who donated $250. Someone who's not employed that donated $250. A litigation lawyer at Ballard Spar who donated $500. A freelance artist who is self-employed and donated $250. Nothing listed who donated $1,000. Not sketchy at all. All right, so we're making our way through, guys. Making our way through. All right. Okay. You have a partner at Ballard Spar that donated $250. A former executive director at the Community Legal Services of Philadelphia that donated $250. A litigation lawyer at Ballard Spar that donated $250. An environmental protection specialist at the United States Environmental Protection Agency who donated $1,000. You have an instructor at Villanova Law School who donated $2,700. You have an attorney at Blank Rome LLP who donated $250. You have a lawyer at Hogan Lovells US LLP who donated $250. You have an attorney at Winston and Strawn LLP who donated $250. You have an event planner at Swarthmore College who donated $500. An attorney at Ballard Spar who donated $25. A partner at Fenwick and West who donated $13.50. A lawyer at O'Melveny and Myers LLP who donated $250. Someone who's not employed and donated $250. An attorney at Ballard Spar who donated $2,700. An attorney from Ballard Spar, Andrews and Ingersoll LLP who donated $100. Someone who's not employed that donated $250. An investor, Jiffy Lube franchise, who donated $2,000. The CEO and founder of Domus, who donated $500. An attorney at Fox Rothschild, who donated $250. An attorney at Ballard Spar, Andrews and Ingersoll LLP, who donated $800. A public finance executive at Ballard Spar, who donated $600. A professor at the University of Delaware, who donated $500. The CEO and founder, again, of Domus, who donated $500. A lawyer at Ballard Spar, who donated $500. A lawyer at Kleinbard, who donated $500. The managing director at PFM, who donated $250. A clinical supervisor and lecturer at Penn Law who donated $250. An attorney at Ballard Spar who donated $1,700. A paralegal at Ballard Spar who donated $250. Let's scroll up again. A paralegal who donated $250 from Ballard Spar. Or a paralegal who works at Ballard Spar that donated $250. A project manager from Swarthmore College who donated $250. A managing director from Affinity who donated $1,000. A consultant who works for themselves donated $250. An attorney from Ballard Spar who donated $1,939.51. I know I'm not saying that correctly, but that's what they donated. So the director of Bono programs from Pepper Hamilton, who donated $1,000. A litigation lawyer from Ballard Spahr, who donated $750. A lecturer from UPenn, who donated $1,000. A business and finance executive from Ballard Spahr, who donated $1,000. An attorney from Chen Gray Law Group, who donated $1,000. A principal from Dab Ventures, who donated $350. An attorney from Ballard Spahr who donated $500, a lawyer from Rubin and Associates PC who donated $500, a lawyer from Merck who donated $250, an attorney from Ballard Spahr, Andrews, and Ingersoll who donated $200, a public finance executive from Ballard Spahr who donated $1,700. A lawyer from Ballard Spahr. Oh, wait, no, I missed this. Oh, no, I said that. A lawyer from Ballard Spahr who donated $500. An attorney, or two attorneys from Ballard Spahr, these next two, who donated each $250. Someone who works in investing for themselves donated $1,500. An attorney from Ballard Spahr who donated $250. Another attorney from Triumph Group Incorporation donated $250. An attorney from DC Bar Bono Center. Whew. Hold on, let me see if I can. All right. An attorney who works for DC Bar Bono Center donated $500. A founding shareholder at Hofstein, Wiener, and Meyer who donated $500. A litigation lawyer who works at Ballard Spahr and donated $250. All right, guys, I gotta end this, but I will continue this later. Hold on.
The mind's been out there.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for that brief little break, so to speak. Am I in the right? Oh, wait, no, I'm not. Hold on. I'm wrong. Screen. Where did it go? Oh, this is why I decided to disappear. Okay, wait. Let's take this out of this. Okay, let's share the screen again. Okay, here we go. All right, so now that I am back here, let's just start. Oh, damn it. All right, no, here. Okay, you should all be able to see the screen. So we are here. So we have another attorney from Ballard Spahr that donated $250. An attorney also from Ballard Spahr that donated $250. Someone who works in investing that donated $1,500. An attorney from Ballard Spahr that donated $250. Why does it seem like I already? Yeah, I already did some of these. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I think we're here. So I have to apologize for the interruption. It just, someone came inside my house. But let's go on. So we have an attorney from Ballard Spahr that donated $250. You have a lawyer from Akin, Gump, Strauss, Hauer, and Feld who donated $250. You have a contract employee from Wake Forest Baptist Hospital who donated $250. A lawyer from Skadden, Arps, Slate, Meagher, and Flom LLP who donated $250. An attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $14.50. An executive coach who was self-employed who donated $500. A executive director from Cushman and Wakefield who donated $500. You have an executive from LabCorp who donated $2,700. A lawyer from Akin, Gump, Strauss, Hauer, and Feld who donated $250. An attorney who was self-employed, and a lawyer who was self-employed who each donated $250. A Ballard's Bar attorney who donated $250, a litigation lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $500, an attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $250, unknown who donated $500. And this is where I need you to hold on for a moment. Okay. I'm back, you guys. Okay. So now you have a business and finance executive who works at Ballard's Bar who donated $500. An attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $500. An attorney from Schrager, Spivey, and Sachs who donated $2,700. Sit on that for a moment, especially the name Sachs. Just sit on that for a minute. You have an attorney from the Public Interest Law Center who donated $500. No, $350. I'm sorry, I'm blind. You have a physician who works for himself that donated $500. You have the vice president, general counsel, and principal, I guess, who works at Graham Company and donated $1,500. You have a media consultant from Coleman Insights Music Forecasting, and this is the second time we've seen this, who donated $500. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $250. You have a student from the University of Virginia who donated $250. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar LLP who donated $500. You have a manager at DC Housing Authority who donated $500. You have an attorney who is self-employed and donated $2,700. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $300. You have a real estate broker who donated $250 from Prudential, Fox, and Roach Realtors. This donation pisses me the fuck off. Really pisses me the fuck off. You have a senior vice president from Comcast who donated $2,700. Net neutrality, my fucking ass. All right. You have someone that's not employed and donated to $950. You have a lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $250. You have a teacher from Villanova University who donated $250. You have a lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $500. You have a CEO from Tag Associates who donated $250. You have someone who is self-employed and donated $1,000. I am totally losing my voice doing this. You better all be thankful. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $250. You have another attorney who donated $1,350. You have a government relations attorney who donated $2,700 from Ballard's Bar. You have a litigation lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $1,700. You have a title insurance employee from First American Title Insurance Company who donated $250. You have a self-employed attorney who donated $250. You have an attorney from Hogan Lovells who donated $250. A manager at Sage Life who donated $150. You have a lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $500. You have a nonprofit employee, I guess, that works at UP2US Sports that donated $1,675. You have a real estate lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $1,500. You have a mediator that is self-employed who donated $250. You have someone who is not employed that donated $500. You have an attorney from Santa Clara University Law School that donated $200. You have an attorney from Hangley, Aronchick, Siegel, and Pudlin who donated $1,000. You have a business executive from W.S. Cumbie, Incorporation, who donated $250. You have someone that's not employed that donated $250. You have an attorney from Manhattan, Phelps and Phillips that donated $250. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar that donated $1,000. You have an attorney from Blank Rome LLP that donated $500. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar that donated $1,700. You have a media consultant from Coleman Insights Music Forecasting. This is the third time we've seen that. Who donated $36. You have a self-employed attorney who donated $250. You have a lawyer from Ballard Spa that donated $250. You have a self-employed lawyer that donated $500. You have a lawyer from Hangley Aaronchick who donated $250. You have a businessman from Kanam Enterprises who donated $2,000. You have someone who works in recruitment at Beacon Hill Staffing who donated $250. You have an attorney at Ballard Spa who donated $250. You have an attorney who worked at Ballard Spa law firm that donated $500. You have an attorney who worked at Ballard Spa LLP that donated $250. You have a partner that works at Ballard Spa that donated $250. Someone who is not employed, that's $250, and another not employed, $250. An attorney at Montgomery, McCracken, Walker, and Rowe. I can't read the rest of that. Roa something that donated $250. You have the Delaware Department of Justice attorney that donated $750. You have a Ballard Spa attorney that donated $250. You have an attorney from Pietragallo, Gordon Alfano et al., who donated $500. You have a lawyer from Ballard Spa who donated $250. You have a lawyer from Ballard Spa that donated $250. You have an attorney from Ballard Spa that donated $250. You have a lawyer from Simpson, Thatcher, and Bartlett LLP that donated $250. You have a lawyer from Ballard Spa that donated $1,000. You have an attorney that is self-employed that donated $250. An accountant from Sid Entertainment that donated $250. A banking regular from the Commonwealth of PA who donated $1,000. I'm sure that's an innocent donation. You have someone that listed themselves as none who donated $1,000. I wonder why they don't want to be known. Curious much. Now this one. There's definitely no, ulterior motive with this donation. You have someone who is an executive director of the Pro Bono program at Ballard Spa who donated, I think that's $100,000 to her campaign. You have someone that's a homemaker and self-employed who donated $250. Two lawyers from Ballard Spa who each donated $250. You have someone who works at sales at Keystone Risk Partners who donated, what do you know it, $2,700. Gee. You have an attorney that works at Ballard Spa who donated $250. Someone that's not employed, $250. A Ballard Spa attorney that also donated $250. An attorney at the Delaware Department of Justice who donated $250. A college professor at Swarthmore College who donated $250. A lawyer at Ballard Spa who donated $250. A business and finance executive from Ballard Spa that donated $250. A fitness coach from Fitness Together Media who donated $2,300. An attorney from H. Graham McDonald's LLC who donated $250. A Ballard Spa attorney that donated $500. Another attorney that donated $250 from Ballard Spa. A business and finance executive who works, I don't know where, they don't list it, who donated $250. A litigation lawyer who works at Ballard Spa that donated $150. Someone who works in philanthropy that works at Comcast donated $500. Very philanthropic, I'm sure, their company. Someone not employed that donated $500. An executive at Comcast Corporation that donated $1,000. No ulterior interest there. Someone who works at SVP Military Affairs for Comcast also donated $1,000. An attorney from Comcast who donated $500. The VP of Political Affairs from Comcast Corporation who donated $500. Someone who's not, two people who are not employed and donated $1,000 each. A lawyer. All right. We're more than halfway through now, Carly. Saying that more for myself because this sucks. But I think it's important to do because I'm the only one that's actually going to do it. All right. Just taking a minute break. 2 minutes. How you guys doing? Good? Now, how fun is this video? Fun, right? All right. Then you have another lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $500. Another lawyer from Connell Foley LLP who donated $250. Someone who works at SVP Comcast Spotlight at Comcast who donated $1,000. Someone who's not employed that donated $500. Someone who was retired that donated $250. An attorney at Morgan Lewis who donated $250. An attorney at Ballard's Bar LLP who donated $250. An executive at Laureate Education Corporation who donated $250. A consultant who is self-employed and donated $250. A litigation lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $1,000. A attorney at DuPont who donated $250. The vice president at Comcast Corporation who donated $500. The attorney at Berger and Montague PC who donated $250. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Literacy consultant from the Free Library of Philadelphia who donated $250. All right, that's wow. The president at the Bonner Group who donated $1,000. An attorney who works at Ballard's Bar who donated $250. A dentist at Implant Dentistry of Harlem, that's the second time we've seen that now, who donated $250. An attorney at Greenberg Traurig LLP who donated $1,000. Why does it seem like this is repeating? No. Okay. An engineer educator who works at the University of Pennsylvania and donated $250. The executive director of Ceasefire PA who donated $2,700. The EVP Regulatory and State Legislative AFF who donated $1,000 and works at Comcast Corporation. Just think about that. State Legislative AFF. This is y'all better get a VPN and start using Tor browser and DuckDuckGo because pretty soon we're not going to have net neutrality. We're just not. Y'all really, really should do that because if you care about independent media at all, and real news as we call it, we're in for a time because. All right, let's go on. So you have another lawyer from Ballard's Bar that donated $250. You have an engineer from Comcast who donated $500. You have a lawyer from PNC Bank that donated $1,000. You have an attorney from, I fucked that up. You have a lawyer from PNC Bank that donated $500. You have a attorney from Comcast Corporation who donated $1,000. Totally innocent, I'm sure. You have a attorney from Deckert LLP who donated $1,000. A lawyer from Connell Foley LLP who donated $100. A business owner from Caesar Media and Issue Advocacy LLC who donated $1,000. Unknown who donated $250. A lawyer from Deckard LLP who donated $1,000. Unknown who donated $250. Another unknown who donated $500. An attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $1,200. Of counsel from Dwayne Morris who donated $500. An HRMGR Comcast employee, so human resources, something or other, that donated $2,500. Good job. Someone who is not employed that donated $175. A nonprofit executive who works for Pennsylvanians for Modern Courts donated $250. A lawyer from Gay Chacker Mitten, PC, who donated $1,000. An attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $500. Or $1,000. Not listed, who donated $500. A lawyer from Marshall, Denny, Warner, Coleman, and Company, maybe, who donated $2,500. An investor at the Jiffy Lube franchise who donated $700. An attorney from Lowy, Dannenberg, Cohen, and Hart who donated $1,000. An attorney at Ballard's Bar who donated $700. A preschool teacher who donated $250 from the First Presbyterian Preschool in Haddonfield, New Jersey, it looks like, maybe. Holy shit. An attorney from the Comcast Corporation that donated $2,500. A management consultant from RPF Incorporation that donated $750. Environmental protection specialist from the United States Environmental Protection Agency who donated $100. You have a lawyer from Welsh and Recker PC who donated $250. Unknown who donated $1,000. Totally innocent, I'm sure. You have a lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $250. You have a lawyer or an attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $250. You have a partner from Dwayne Morris who donated $250. Another partner who donated $250. Unknown who donated $1,000. Again, totally innocent, I'm sure. That's just totally innocent. Making our way. Just need a second. All right. Now you have a lawyer from Ballard's Bar who's donated $250. Someone who works in marketing at Epic Research who donated $500. You have a professor from the University of Delaware who donated $300. You have a lawyer who is self-employed that donated $500. You have a litigation lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $250. You have someone that's retired that donated $250. You have a consultant from Sheer Communications who donated $1,000. You have blank or empty who donated $250. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $250. You have an attorney from the Delaware Department of Justice who donated $250. You have a self-employed computer programmer who donated $1,000. You have blank who donated $250. You also have blank who donated $250. Again, why are these blank? Just curious. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $100. You have another attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $250. You have blank who donated $500. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $100. You have an attorney from Rubin, Fortunato, and Harbison, PC, who donated $500. You have a Housing and Disaster Recovery Capital Access Incorporation who donated $250. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $100. You have an attorney from DuPont Company who donated $300. You have a project manager from Swarthmore College, we've seen that before, who donated $100. You have someone that's not employed who donated $250. You have an attorney from Scanlon who donated $250. You have a self-employed attorney who donated $250. You have someone that works in public finance who donated $500. You have an owner from Full Wider Corporation who donated $500. Blank, two blanks, who donated each $500 on different days, at actually the exact same time. So that's interesting. Okay. Some of these are a little weird. Okay. So now you have an attorney from Schneider, Harrison, Siegel, and Lewis that donated $250. You have an attorney from J. Shiggins 40 at Verizon.net who donated $800. You have someone that's retired that donated $250, another retired person who donated $500, a consultant at McKinsey who donated $250, someone who works in investments and is self-employed and donated $2,000. You have an attorney from Freedom Mortgage Corporation who donated $250. Unlisted, who donated $1,500. Someone that's not employed, they donated $250. An attorney from Lombard International, Coleman Group attorney, who each donated $250. An attorney from Ballard's Bar, who donated $500. A chief, actually, it looks like, okay, so all of these donations are actually from Drexel University. So you have a chief of staff that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times separately, each donated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 4 times that the chief of staff donated $250. So 4 times 250, you can do math, that's $1,000. 3 times 1, 2, 3. 3 times 500 is 1,500. So 1,500 plus 1,000 is $2,500. So in total, they donated $2,500. Okay, don't like that necessarily, but the cap is $2,700. So then you have an associate attorney at Ballard Spa who donated in total one, two, three, $650. You have a lawyer at Dilworth Paxson who donated in total $1,750. You have an associate attorney who donated from Ballard Spa Okay, I can't do math right now, but 100, 450, 950, 1,200, 1,450, 1,650, 1,850. Yeah, I really can't do math right now. 200, 450, 950. 1,200, 1,450. Who donated in total 1,450. You have a lawyer from Ballard Spa that donated 1,500, 1,750. You have another lawyer that donated 2,500. $1,000. $3,800. You have another attorney from Ballard Spa that donated 1,500, 2,000. You have someone that is not employed but used to work at Drexel University, it looks like, that donated 200, 300. They donated $800 in total. You have a teacher at Northampton Public Schools who donated in total, holy shit, a lot of fucking money. Donated $500, $750, $1,250, $1,550, $1,800, $2,000, $1,800. They donated $1,800. But if you aggregate it, this is the total amount here they have donated to her campaign. That's $37,000, $210 from that one teacher. I don't trust that. especially from my teacher that works in a public school. For Christ's fucking sake. All right. Now, you have a project manager from Swarthmore College that we're really getting to the end, guys. I'm so happy because I'm totally losing my voice. All right. So you have a project manager from Swarthmore College donated $250. You have someone that works in investing and is self-employed that donated $250. You have an urban planner that works at Urban Partners who donated, hold on, fucked up. You have someone that works in investing that donated $1,200 and is self-employed. You have an urban planner that donated $250. You have an attorney that is self-employed who donated $500. An attorney that is employed by Ballard's Bar that donated $200. Blank, who donated $250. A self-employed attorney that works at Bruce E. Madden Incorporation, who donated $500. An attorney from Scadden Apps et al., who donated $250. The owner at Stratton and Associates, who donated $1,000. An HR attorney from Comcast, who donated $500. Someone that is retired that donated $250. An attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $250. A Delaware Department of Justice employee who donated $250. Someone who is not employed and donated $500. A business writer that is self-employed who donated $500. A senior strategic advisor from Comcast who donated, Comcast, NBC, Universal, who donated $500. A attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $500. The law offices of Creed Black attorney, or an attorney from there, who donated $500. An attorney that is self-employed who donated $250. An attorney from Cozen and O'Connor who donated $500. A lawyer from Ballard's Bar. Let's see, we can go up a little. A lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $500. Wow. A partner from Dwayne Morris LLP who donated $250. An executive from Ballard's Bar who donated $500. And this next one pisses me off. Blank for $2,700. I wonder why they made such a large contribution but didn't want to list who they were. I really question that. A subject matter expert who donated $100 from AEM Corp. An instructor from Laborers District Council who donated $250. An investing individual who is self-employed and donated $800. Wow. The Secretary of Banking and Securities for the Commonwealth of PA who donated $1,700. You know, all these large donations coming from banking industries, I'm sure she's not going to roll back or vote to, deregulate the banks or anything, which won't, crash the economy or do anything further in the future, right? But let's continue. You have someone that works in life insurance sales from HSA Life LLC who donated $250. You have a lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $500. Holy fucking shit. You have another donation that is just blank of $2,700. All you fucks that voted for this person, I can't. And yes, I mean that sincerely. An attorney from Ballard Spa donated $250. A partner from Ballard Spa donated $250. A CMO, which I don't know what that stands for, who works at Greenwood Gaming, who donated $500. A litigation lawyer from Ballard Spa who donated $500. A CPA or partner from Eisenhammer, who donated $500. A consultant from Carey Group, who donated $250. A lawyer from Brookman, Rosenberg, Brown, and Sandler, something, who donated $1,000. Excuse me. I'm trying to see how much. Are we getting there? An attorney from, oh my god, I'm going to butcher this name. Hector Lontero and Sage, who donated $250. A lawyer from Marshall, Dehaney, Warner Coleman and Company, who donated $200. An attorney from Berman Boss, who donated $500. A consultant from Strauss and Baker, who donated $250. The commissioner of Radnor Township, who donated $1,000. I am curious who that is, considering I live in Radnor Township. Might be Steve D'Amelio. And he's actually a Republican. Notice you didn't see his name on the actual Republicans thing. Just keep that in perspective. You have an attorney from Morgan Lewis and Blockius LLP who donated $500. You have a lawyer from Ballard's Bar who donated $100. You have someone that doesn't list where they were employed and is retired that donated $250. You have a retired person that donated $250. You have an attorney from Ballard's Bar who donated $250. You have a holy shit. This attorney in total apparently has actually donated $37,210 to her campaign. I'm just scrolling down a little. Oh my god, we're reaching the end. See, we're almost there. Okay. So all of these here are earmarked contributions from the company themselves and from this attorney or from this lawyer or whatever. Okay. All right. So you have someone that works at Blank Rome LLP that is an attorney who donated a total of each $37,210 to her campaign. You have a lawyer from Ballard Spar that donated. Each of these are different lawyers. They each donated, except for this one here, who's donated $37,210 to her campaign. You have a director of Local Initiative Support Corporation. And outside of this one $500 donation, the director is actually a few times, as a total, donated $37,210 to her campaign. Then you have blank, who gave her a contribution of $250. Blank, who's given her a contribution of $500. Then you have the vice president of SR Wojak, or Wojadak, who has donated a total of $500 in this one instance, but pretty much has donated steadily $37,210. Then you have the principal of Carey Group, who has donated in this instance $500 to her campaign. But in total, you have $37,210. Then you have an attorney from Ballard Spar, who has donated, in this instance, $500. Then, in total, you pretty much have each of these attorneys donating $37,210 to her campaign. Then you have an investment advisor from Kaufman and Drebbing LLC, who has donated, in this instance, $250, but in total has donated $37,210. Then you have senior counsel at Ballard Spar. Oh my God, I can see the end. Who has donated in this instance $100, but in total $650. And other senior council members who have donated each $37,210. Then you have an attorney at Ballard Spar, who in this instance has donated $250, but in total has donated $750. And, well, the ultimate total is $37,210. So then for real estate, Ballard Spar, like a real estate lawyer, they have donated, in this instance, $500, but in total, excuse me, has donated $2,000. And otherwise, you have people that have donated $37,210 each that all work in real estate at Ballard Spar, whatever the name is. Then you have an attorney that works at Ballard Spar, Andrews and Ingersoll LLP, who in this instance has donated $500, but in total $1,000. And the others here listed right here, you'll see $500 or $250, which has become $37,210 in total. $1,700 in this instance, and then in total $37,210, and then $250 in this instance, and $37,210, and then in this instance $500, in total $37,210. Now, looking back through this, I wonder why you see a lot of the total amount of $37,210. Is that a specific number for a certain reason? Why is that number repeating a lot? It's just very curious to me. I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad thing. I'm also definitely not saying it's a good thing. So that's just something that's curious. And really let's get out of the screen sharing mode. Just bear with me a second. I kind of look like crap, so bear with me. So I decided to do this because I wanted to give you a chance to see in real time the FEC filings and kind of go through them for the 5th Congressional District candidates. So I've gone through them now for Pearl Kim. I've gone through them now for Mary Gay Scanlon. For me, I make a choice on the candidate that I support, in part by what they say they're going to do, but also in part by their FEC filings. I actually think that those two things are more important. The FEC filings are really important in comparison with what they say they're going to do. I'm not saying who I'm supporting, but I'm giving this to you to choose wisely and think about each of the candidates' FEC filings in comparison with what they say they're going to do. That's it. I am in contact with Pearl Kim's campaign. I'm waiting to get a response from them regarding my questions for them. I have not at this time contacted Mary Gay Scanlon's campaign. That is something that I'm going to be doing in the near future because I'm very curious about a number of these Comcast donations that I find incredibly worrisome. That's why I say you all should really consider getting a VPN if you haven't already, and definitely start using DuckDuckGo and Tor browser, which basically protects you from people who want to watch you and helps you access websites that will otherwise, unfortunately, soon not be accessible to you. But I will end this video now and just say that I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you if you've stuck around this long in this incredibly exciting video. I really appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's called The Informed Forum on YouTube. Again, I'm doing this for you and for me, just to look at the information and look at the facts. So hope you all have a good day. Again, that show is called The Informed Forum. We are on Facebook, on Twitter, though I think it's probably best to follow me on Twitter because I don't really tweet much from that channel. So you can follow me at Carly Swell, that's CarlysWell, and my YouTube is called The Inform Forum, where you'll find this video shortly and will also be posted on Facebook and wherever else. All right, bye guys.